Hello again, YouTube. This is the Soulless Rider. Before I start on the deck, I'd like to make an amendment to my gold paladin profile last time. I apologise for using the term Pellinor. It should in fact be called Pelliwelly. Thank you for understanding. Now we're going to be doing Shadow Paladins. Please note this deck is incomplete, however I will be giving ideas of what will change as I go. This is the starting guard. This is Full Bow. He is a part of a ride chain, as most cards from set 4 are. He basically, when a Blaster Javelin is ridden on it, you may search for a Blaster Dark. Quiet you, go homo.
Whoa!
Oh, I love that homo. Thank you.
Everybody loves
And basically will then set you off on how you wish to play. Now on to triggers. Because at the moment these are all we can run, as only one set of triggers are out, we run 4 stands, that's your vanilla stands.
I don't care.
4 draws, again, just your vanilla draws. 4 Grim Reapers, vanilla Grim Reapers. Is there ever such a thing?
Oh dear.
And then 4 heals. Now on to the grade 1s. Now for the first stage of the ride chain. This is what you have to ride on to Full Bow. This is Blaster Javelin. If it's got Full Bow and Soul, it becomes 8,000 rather than 6,000. And you can ditch your grade 3 from your hand and search for a Phantom Blaster Dragon from your deck, add it to your hand. That I will get to in a minute, as it is one of the key parts of the deck. This is Garubao. When it attacks a Vanguard, it gains 2,000. Not very useful as a booster, however, if it's your first grade 1, it can really help if you're against someone who guards early. Then there are 3 Black Sage Sharons, which are the 8k vanillas. These are Durumbao. They're sort of like Wingo. When they boost Blaster Dark, they gain an extra 4,000, boosting for 10 rather than 6. And this is Makler, the Perfect Guard. These will be switched for the Durumbaos. However, he needs to get the Perfect Guards first.
Yeah. It's a hard one.
Now on to grade 2s.
Did you find anything that you want?
The next stage of the grade 2, and one of the cooler looking ones, I must say. Blaster Dark. This card's effect is Vanguard only. You can counterblast 2 and retire one of your opponent's rear guard, regardless of grade, which is very useful. It's also 10k, unlike Blaster Blade, when there's a Blaster Javelin assault. Like I said, this is one of the surprisingly sought after rares. An SP even more so. Wish I had one. Next is 2 Skull Witch Nemains. These are a very good if risky card. When this card is placed on the rear guard, you can counterblast 1 and drop a Shadow Paladin, allowing you to draw 2 cards. It's currently the only card that allows you to draw 2 cards without counterblasting 2. The big problem with this, if you can see, it only has 3,000 power. This card will usually be used once, attack maybe a rear guard with a booster, and then possibly intercept. It's not something you want to leave out for a long time. It's quite dangerous to do.
How about this?
Now, this is a card that things will be switched out for later. Darkness Maiden Maka, which is a grade 2 that when she's placed on the rear or vanguard, you can counterblast 2, search for a grade 1 and place it in the column behind it. It's an instant booster gainer, also a bit of deck slimming. I'll point out the cards that will be switched for more of her if and when I get to them. Next is Cursed Lancer. This card works a lot like Garuda in Narakamis. When an attack hits a Vanguard, you turn up a piece of damage. That's your basic for it, because this is a counterblast heavy deck. You wouldn't want to end up being unable to do some of your key effects. This card is one of the ones that will be switched for Makas or Nemains. Demon World Castle Donnerschlag. Love that name.
Flag.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, this is one of the more risky cards. If you do not have a certain Vanguard, it loses 5,000, meaning it is rather risky. However, it hits for 12,000 on its full power without boost. It's a good support card, however, it will be switched out for Macas and remains. And then, Fatalia, which is the Special Intercept. These will be replaced for your vanilla boosters, but that will be later. Now on to the Grade 3s. This is the Dark Dictator. He works a lot like Soul Saber Dragon with the appearance of Alfred. It cannot be boosted by units when it's on the Vanguard, and it gets 2,000 for each of the rear guards. Basically, when it's placed on the Vanguard, you may Soul Blast free and give 2 of your units in the front row only, unfortunately, 5,000 power. But for a Soul Blast free, that is risky when it comes to the drive. If you have missed the ride chain, it's perfect. If you haven't, it's a little bit risky. Not a huge risk, but a little bit. Next is Badab Car. This works a lot like Gigantic Charger for Royal Paladins. Placed on the Vanguard or the Rear Guard, you reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a Shadow Paladin, you can Superior Call it. It's one of those. It helps slim the deck down and avoid Superior Calling by counterblasting. Also helps fill out the field for a final assault. Now next ones are Silver Sphere Demon, Guison. These will be dropped for Phantom Blaster Dragons when the time is right, i.e. when we have them. This counterblast 2 and gains 4,000. You can use this multiple times. This will be your hand slimmer, the guard prompter. If they don't have perfect guards, they'll guard heavier for it later on in the game. And the key card of the Grade 3, Phantom Blaster Dragon. This is currently the most sought after card for Shadows because of its effect. Easily stoppable by perfect guards, admittedly, but you counterblast 2 and choose 3 of your Shadow Paladin rear guards, then retire them. It gains 10,000 and an extra critical. Please note, that is an act. If you have enough cards in your hand, you can do it again. Meaning it would be 30 to 31,000 with boost and with triggers, if obviously you have the boost up, with 3 criticals. If your opponent doesn't guard that, they'll be in for a world of hurt. Now, this deck, I'm not going to ask for alterations because it's an incomplete deck. I will redo this when the deck is complete and look for opinions then. Okay? So long, YouTubers. Soul Rider signing off.